Okay, I did a video yesterday, and if you're watching this video before you even watch the video I did yesterday, I just want to kind of explain. Remember, everything that's taught is kind of bite size. You can't show everything. That's the whole point, and that's the whole reason of being a coach to somebody is so that day in and day out we understand each other and we get to put pieces together. So when you look at a video like this, we want to make sure that you know that it's just part and parcel of the whole thing. So I made a video yesterday where let's say we're squaring up, and then this guy comes with a round haymaker over here to hit me, and I would throw a gung sao. Okay, so in Wing Chun, this is called a gung sao. Now, what's actually happening there? So when Matthew was feeding me with that for the drill for the exercise, he had the mitts on. Okay, and when you have the mitts on, I'm hitting the mitts, but in reality, with no mitts, no gloves, no nothing. When I'm standing here and he throws that punch, I'm stepping back. So stay right there. Before I step back, this is where he was aiming. So I step back and I replace my face with the gung sao. Now, just so you know, you have your radius and your ulna, the two bones, okay? I am crashing my ulna either do slow motion again, on the wrist of that shot or on his radius. Now, on his radius, there's more flesh here, there's more nerve endings. So when I collide there on purpose, that's shot number one. Okay, that's going to send a little bit signal. But because he's trying to knock my head off, he scaves that, and that's totally okay. But then he throws the other haymaker. So he's basically wailing and wailing. This is the guy, your typical quintessential street guy. Okay. So the first one, when he throws it, I'm like, what the? And I'm surprised, but I proactively, although I'm moving back, my arms are moving forward. So I create that buffer, that space that's needed so he doesn't hit my head. But then, oh snap, he starts coming with this one. And when he comes with this one, I'm also trying to, so he does it again, sorry. Yeah, let's do the whole thing. So I'm here, pow and pow. So my elbow is hitting the inside again of his radius, but primarily, ideally, only if I could, I'm hoping that my elbow crashes with his knuckles. Okay. So in this particular case, in this particular drill, this exercise, if you will, he's this crazy rabbit guy just trying to take my head out. So I was able to defend one, pow, two, pow, and he's still moving forward. And this is where I stop it. So he comes again, bam, and this is called a bill. Okay, so a bill Sao or bill G from the form. And now I made that entrance, and that's me stepping in to close that gap. And in yesterday's video, you notice I went all the way through. So I pull his hand so I can go forward. This is called the lap sao. And I just wanted to show that I was going through his face. But this is where we're going to culminate everything. So when you get from that point where I created a buffer, although it seems like I'm only doing defense, my hands are doing offense. But at that point, because I know he's really trying to take my head out by throwing, I need to now, at this point, I was able to not get hit with the first one, not get hit with the second one. The third one came precariously close, but this is my opportunity to step into it. And then this is what it would ultimately culminate to, okay? And we're gonna try to do this a little bit because we're on a wooden floor here and I don't want him to fall. We don't have the luxury of mats right now. So he comes in slow motion. We go, whoa. And he comes in and whoa. And as he's coming in, I have to build. I build style that, meaning I close that gap so I can go in. Now my underarm is right over his neck. And so let me go here. Let's turn around so we switch. My underarm is right over his neck. And if he's a wrestler or a grappler, before he starts thinking about trying to take me down or pick me up, I immediately close this and drop. Now, when I drop this right leg, immediately I'm going to step and you just got to watch it. Bam, and boom. So now he has no balance and he's hanging on basically on a guillotine. So in slow motion, it's pow, pow, pow. I move in, I go around his neck, and this is tight, okay? This is like a suction cup here. And as a matter of fact, giving him the false illusion that he could just pick me up from that point, I bring all of my weight down. So I always say, so even if he was 200 pounds, he as a whole is 200 pounds. But my body at 165 is going to weigh more than his neck, okay? As a whole, he might be heavier, but my whole weight at that point is only on his neck. So we'll go through it this way. When I get to this part, we might have to switch again, okay? But so he comes in, we're gonna go through the whole thing. Pow, pow. All right, Bill, close that gap. See, close that gap. I'm gonna go in here, close this, and again, I'm super tight here. And before I even crunch to do this, because he might be able to move me back. So before that becomes a scuffle and he sends me into the wall or to the floor, I immediately sit. So my whole weight goes on that neck, but almost instantaneously. And I want you to watch the legs, okay? So we'll just slow motion. We'll go again. Pow, pow, whoa, pow. Close this up. So I put my weight. The moment I put my weight, this leg jumps and goes behind that leg. So watch. Bam, boom. And now he's in the air. Sorry. It's hard for me not to drop him. So, but once I remove that leg, he's basically, gravity is going to take his leg from under him. And it's basically me just squishing his neck while he's dangling in the air. So this also works whether the person is his height, my height, 6 feet, 6'3", because you're taking the leg from under him. And at this point, presumably, as he starts to collapse, I crunch that neck, okay? And as the body type starts to change, whether it's a heavier set person, a thinner person, a long reach person, a shorter person, all of the adjustments will have to be made appropriately and accordingly. But that's all predicated on the fight, the fighter, the distance, where you're at, and how you're going to apply this. So in real life, without all of this, remember, these are exercises, these are drills, especially when someone's just boom, boom, just coming at you. But let's just say after he threw the first one, now we got to be really soft about this. So let's say he was coming with that first one, I could go in. And I want you to notice my fingers are in his eyes. So instead of me moving back, I just, boom, kamikaze style, slow motion, I just go in. So this finger is going to go to his eye. This here is called a pak hand. So this is just secondarily precaution. But this finger is shooting for his eye. His arm will ride above my arm. And basically, once I get that finger in the eye, boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. Everything else just flows. Again, you have to be judicious about what you use, where you use it, and how you use it. All right. So this is the continuance from yesterday's drill. But if you're watching this for the first time, you still get all of the value as if you did watch the first video. All right. So thank you for watching. Any comments, questions, concerns, you know what to do. DM me, text me, call me, whatever. All right. Peace.